Every species on Earth seems perfectly adapted to this planet. Fish have gills for water. Birds have wings for the sky. Polar bears have thick fur for the Arctic. But humans? Humans burn under their own sun. And that's where this story starts. Because if evolution spent millions of years adapting life to Earth, why are we so bad at living on it? Think about it. Walk outside on a hot day. A few minutes later, your skin starts burning. Too much exposure can literally damage your DNA. Most animals don't need sunscreen. Humans do. That's strange, but it's not the strangest thing. Because sunlight isn't the only thing our bodies struggle with. Gravity does too. Around 80% of people will experience back pain at some point in their lives. Think about that. 4 out of 5 humans share the same design problem. At that point, you stop blaming individuals and start questioning the blueprint. It's almost as if our bodies were never fully built for standing upright. But wait, if our bodies are flawed, our minds are even weirder, because humans are the only species that knows it's going to die. Read that again. Every animal fights to survive, but only humans understand that survival is temporary, and somehow we carry that knowledge every day. Why would evolution create a brain capable of fearing its own existence? It gets stranger. Instead of ignoring that fear, we built entire civilizations around it. Religions, philosophies, temples, myths. For thousands of years, humanity has been obsessed with answering a single question. What happens when we die? No other species does this. Not one. And that's where some people begin asking an uncomfortable question. What if humans aren't completely at home on Earth? Sounds ridiculous. Until you hear who asked it. In 1973, Francis Crick proposed a controversial idea. This wasn't some conspiracy theorist. This was one of the scientists who helped uncover the structure of DNA itself. His question was simple. What if life didn't start on Earth? The theory became known as Directed Panspermia, the idea that life may have arrived here from somewhere else in space. Most scientists don't accept it as fact, but the reason it became famous is because the evidence behind it is surprisingly interesting. For example, scientists have found amino acids, the building blocks of life, inside meteorites. In other words, the ingredients for life exist beyond Earth. But that's not the shocking part. The shocking part is that some microscopic organisms can survive the vacuum of space. Extreme radiation, extreme cold, conditions that should kill almost everything. Yet they survive, which means life might be far more portable than we once believed. And suddenly the question doesn't sound so crazy anymore. But here's where things get complicated, because modern science actually has explanations for most of our weird traits. Sunburn, a side effect of losing body hair. Back pain, a consequence of walking upright. Dangerous childbirth, the result of bigger brains and narrower hips. Most biologists would say there's no mystery here. And honestly, they're probably right. But there's one problem. One question that refuses to go away. The speed. For billions of years, life evolved slowly. Then humans appeared, and everything changed. We went from stone tools to cities, from cities to airplanes, from airplanes to landing machines on other planets. And we did it in a geological instant. Nothing else in Earth's history has accelerated this quickly. Nothing. Scientists have theories. Language, cooking, culture, genetics. All of them explain part of the story, but none explain all of it, which leaves us with a fascinating reality. The alien theory is probably wrong. The evolutionary explanation is probably right. Yet somehow, humans remain the strangest thing this planet has ever produced. A species that burns in its own sunlight, questions its own existence, transforms entire ecosystems, and can't stop looking at the stars. Maybe we're searching for answers. Or maybe we're searching for where the story really began. And that's a mystery science still hasn't completely solved.